So these are the basically the database concepts, basic basics. We have already done this. Why we are using database? Okay, and let me revise it. It is a collection of interrelated data, and database system is basically a computer-based record keeping. Okay, so it might be in a different way. Traditional ways were your simple record keeping in the books. Then it came from there. It changed to your Excel. Then it changed to Microsoft Access. Then it changed to CSV files. Okay. Then it took over from there to relational database systems, where relational database are being worked upon on multiple tables. So it is a basically organized interrelated uh, organized collection of interrelated tables or databases. Okay. So basically, purpose of database. What is the purpose? To make a repository of data. Okay, make a repository of data for an organization for processing, for future processing. Okay. Now, what were the you have how a database system overcomes the mentioned problems? There are few problems such as database reduce the data redundancy to a large extent, because what was happening was that your database system was working, but you were keeping the records, but they were becoming redundant. Okay, duplication of records were becoming. So data redundancy was increased, duplication of record. Let's suppose I'm having student record. Okay, now the record of student will be repeated in the records of school, in the records of classroom, in the records of maintenance of that database. So in multiple tables the records were duplicated. Okay, so to remove that duplication, repetition of data, uh, further enhanced version of database came. Okay. Then database can control data inconsistency. Okay, data was updated at a very frequent speed. When the redundancy is not controlled, there may be occasion on which two entries of the same data do not agree. Okay, or you might have updated the record in one table, means one of them stores the updated information, other does not. Okay, so you are having redundant data, duplicate data, and one in the one table you have added the record, in second table you have added the record, in first table you have updated the record but you haven't updated the record in second table, so it generates data inconsistency. And database facilitates sharing of data. Okay, now database, there is a sharing of data. Okay, which can be shared among different several users. So there is a centralized database system. Okay, where all databases are kept and multiple users can access those that particular database through the sharing method. Okay, then you are having database enforced standards. Database can ensure data security. If you follow the standards of an organization to follow, such as MySQL is there, Oracle is there, these are relational databases. PostgreSQL, these are relational databases. PLSQL, procedural language SQL. So these are having some standards to be followed with these particular databases. So similarly, they follow some rules and regulations of the organization which has prepared those applications. Okay, database ensure data security. So once you are an administrator in a database, You are a developer of database. Okay, you have the privileges to change the database or update the database, but a user who is using the database do not have the ability to change the database management system. He is not authorized person. Okay, a database system ensure data security, ensuring privacy, only means to access database, and carrying out authorization checks wherever there is an attempt to access the data. So, data security refers to protection of data against intentional disclosure of information to unauthorized person. Okay. Then you are having privacy. Privacy of data refers to rights of individual. Okay. Rights of individual means you have saved your information in the database system. Okay. Now you are a user. You don't have the authorization to change the database or the tables or to update the tables. The authorization lies to the developer, the person who has developed the database, the background changes of the database. So privacy of the data is the responsibility of the developer and the data administrator, who will check those information and keep them safe. So in that case, integrity comes into play. Integrity is used to maintain the database. So if a data administrator and your developer are the integral people who can be relied upon. Okay, they will check these databases and check if there is any other uh, problems which are I have already discussed about: redundancy, inconsistency. Okay, ensures standards, ensure security, ensures privacy, all those things. No duplication of the records. After this, you are having abstraction. Basically, the meaning of abstraction is that data which is having a set of programs, okay, a collection of interrelated files or set of programs that allow user to access and modify these files. Okay, so it is your database management system. As a person, your user can access or modify that particular thing, but user can only provided the user only that much information that is required by them. So the user will able to change only that much information which is required. Other the remaining records or the remaining information means that the system does not disclose all the details of data. So system does not disclose all the details of data means it is a database abstraction. So you are not required to provide each and every information to the user. So if you are a database administrator, if you are a database developer, developer will have the responsibility of developing the database. Database administrator will have the responsibility of administrating that database. Okay, so they have their own responsibilities. User will not able to access or come into okay, can access the responsibilities or privileges of administrator or developer. So system does not disclose all the details of data. Rather, rather it hides certain details of how the data is stored and maintained. So this is the key point. Rather, it hides certain details of the data which is stored and maintained. So basically, this is database abstraction. Okay, or you can understand it by reading the other things which are given here, such as the requirements of different users differ from one another. So database is hidden from them if needed. Several level of abstractions in order to simplify their interaction with the system. So the various levels of database implementation are being discussed below. Okay, so you are having logical level, An application system is your application system analyst is the one who is concerned with all the database logical levels. Okay. Third type of user, the physical storage system analyst, is concerned with the physical implementation of the database. So there are logical, physical, and user. There are three steps. I will discuss those in the next page. These are levels of database implementation. Internal level means physical level where the database is being developed. Okay, conceptual level means logical level where a developer comes into play who is developing the logics of the database. View level where the user comes into play. Okay, who is the person who can use the database but cannot go into the conceptual level, logical level, and physical level. So these are three levels of abstraction, hiding of information in three levels. Okay, you can understand external level, conceptual level, and physical level. So you can understand from this example, internal level, you are having these many records, you have prepared the database. Conceptual level, you are assigning the uh, values to that particular records. Now these will be logically assigned. Now these can be viewed by the external user. Then you are having database independency, ability to modify a scheme definition in one level without affecting another level. So the thing we have understood, physical level, conceptual level, and external level. Okay, means user level. So at that level, three levels, you are required to change, or you have the independency to change the record in one level without affecting the other level. So let's suppose you are changing the records. You are a developer. You are in the logical data independency layer here. You're changing the logical schema or view of that particular logical schema. You can understand. I'm ability to modify the conceptual schema without causing any change in the schema followed at view level. Okay. Now, if you are changing in logical things, logical of that database, will not affect the view level of that particular. How you can understand this is you are working on a website. Okay, you are storing some data. You are filling a form. You are a student. You are filling a form in a particular website. You have filled all the details. You have saved. Now that form in which it is looking like. Okay, the layout in which it is looking. The developer, the logical database independence layer, the person, the logical data independence person will, what he will do is that he will change the architecture of that particular form where the student is filling the form. Okay, or he can add new records there, such as student name, student ID, student place of birth, student address. So he can add other records apart from these, such as student phone number, student personal detail, student profile photograph. So this will not affect the view level. Which is the view level? This is the view level. Okay. This is your view level. Okay. This is your view level where it will not reflect its changes. So you are having physical data independency. You are changing some physical changes, doing physical changes in the schema. Okay, you are changing the logical schema, not affecting the end user. Then you are having three data models: relational, hierarchical, and network. Okay. Relational means just now I told you relation between three more tables, two or more tables. Okay. A row in a table represents a relationship among a set of values. Since a table is a collection of such relationship, it generally refer to mathematical term relation from which the relational data model derives its name. Okay. So you are relating two, three tables together. So these are your three tables: suppliers, items, shipments. Supplier related to item, supplier related to shipment. Now, items is having item primary key, supplier is having supplier as a primary key. Supplier and item both primary key are acting as foreign key in your shipment table. This is shipment table, and your shipment table, these both are your foreign keys. Okay, these are your foreign keys. So it is a, you can suppose as a master table of other cascading tables. Okay, so these is a master table and these are your child tables which are dependent upon shipment, and from that only I can extract out quantity supplied. Then you are having network data model. Okay, network data model where a network is being created of records. They are interlinked with other supplier. Okay. Then you are having this is your supplier S1, supplier S2, supplier S3. They are having particular code for it. They are having that particular supplier is having particular item with it, with that supplier. Okay, this is the quantity supplied. Okay, now after supplying that quantity of that particular item, they are linked together in a network way. Okay, supplier will supply these many quantities of this item. Okay, and it will check for that again. Then it is doing 20 records again of this item, again checking it. Okay, again it is supplying for 20 of this item, checking this item and reversing back to the supplier. Okay, asking for the supplier that this is correct or not. So basically supplier item connected with your shipment. Okay, shipment table. So network database, the collection of records are connected to one another by means of links. A record is a collection of fields. So a record is a collection of fields. So what do you mean by fields? Here attributes, each of which contains only one data value. Okay, I will move to that particular tuples, attributes, and all those things, records. So links are means it is an association between two records. Okay, you can understand this thing by this example. The way they have mentioned here, shipment table in the supplier S1 supplies three items 2, 3, 6 with quantities 10, 20, 20. Okay, since only one quantity 10 is being supplied for item 2 joins with only one quantity. If there are more values for same value x, the links form a chain and the last value in the chain points back to the same value x. See, there is a chain of 10, 20, 20. The last value 20 in the chain for the supplier S1 points back to S1. This is the network data model which, while mapping to the files, links are implemented by adding pointer keys to records that are associated via a link. Okay, so this is the thing, the way they are being connected together in a network model. Now moving to your hierarchical data model. So again, this is a supplier of this particular Britannia. Location is given, quantity is given, item is given, price is given, third item, sixth item. These three items are being done by the supplier as well. Price, and they are all being connected by the quantity 10, 20, 20. Okay. So you understand, network model was represented by collection of records and relationship between records by the links. This is true of hierarchical model also, but hierarchical model, what it do is that records are connected as tree rather than graphs. And above the graph was made, okay, a closed graph was made. Here tree is made, okay. So different trees will be made of different suppliers, okay. So among his records through parent-child relationship that can be easily represented into the. So supplier is the parent, item is the child of that supplier because supplier only supplies the items. Okay, so this makes a possible hierarchical view for the supplier item database. And the view data is represented by simple tree where supplier superior to items. Okay, you understand this superior to items. Okay, so you can consider this supplier record type in our example is usually known as the root. Root means the parent, okay, or the superior person under whom other records will come in. Okay. So this is being used for the database manipulation of data model, hierarchical model for data manipulation. Insertion, deletion, and retrieval. Retrieval, insertion, and deletion of records. Now, relational model. This is the basically up till now we were discussing of database model management system. Now we are having a relational database management system. DF Ford of the IBM was the person who changed the database management system to relational model. Okay, what do you mean? Relational model has established itself as a primary data model for commercial data processing application. Because when you are working in a real-time environment, such as right now we saw the example of supplier item and item supply. So until unless you are not having three or more four tables related together, okay, you will be not able to conclude the database. You will not able to extract the relevant data from the database. You need three, four tables to relate together to get the information from a primary table or secondary table or the master table or the child table or the cascading other tables. Okay, you need to have this relational database model. Okay, now in this relational database model, we are having few terminologies. Okay, such as what is relation, what is tuple, what is attribute, all these things. So before moving to that, I have to cover this one define. Relation. Relation will be maintained when you are having records in rows and column form. Okay. You just focus on that particular part. When you are having domain. Domain is a pool of values. Okay. Which the actual value appearing in a given column are drawn. For example, supplier column of both the supplier and shipment table are drawn from the underlying domain of valid supplier number. Now you focus on this part. I'm having shipment. I was having supplier. So shipment was your master table. Okay. Supplier was your primary table. Okay. Means your cascading table, the child table. Now the supplier column of both supplier table and shipment table. This supplier and this supplier of both tables underlies the domain of all valid supplier numbers. So through this supplier and through this supplier, I can extract the information of all the suppliers. What they have done, which supplier has supplied which item and how much quantity. But through supplier, I am not able to understand how many items this supplier has supplied. I am not aware of that thing. Okay, so you need the valid correlation between two tables. Okay, relation between two tables. So how to maintain relation through the relation through the multiple tables to the foreign key. Then domain, you are having the multiple values which are atomic. So domain is said to be atomic if elements of the domains are considered to be individual elements. Set of integers is an atomic domain, but the set of integers is non-domain, non-atomic domain. So when you are having multiple values, okay, or set of integers, so they are considered atomic domain. In an atomic means a single, they are single in a domain. But when you are having set of integers, set of integers, when they are non-atomic in domain, okay. So there are two type of categories of domain where you have to specify: am I able to extract the record from a particular pool of values? If yes, so my records are atomic in nature. They are not redundant. They are not repeated. Okay, they are not non-atomic. Means they are not multiple in numbers. They are atomic. They are single in number. Okay. So from S1, I can extract the information that S1 has item I2, I3, I6. So I can extract all the quantity supplied. But here S1 is repeated thrice. So it is non-atomic domain. Okay, it is having replicate data of S1, 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 S1. But through suppliers table, which is having atomic domain, I can extract the single record from that by combining all the S1 together. Okay, I think so. This is clear to you what I'm trying to say. Now you are having another keyword which is called tuple. Tuple is a row of relation of known tuples. Rows of relation. Rows of relation means rows of tables. Means a single table is called your single tuple. Another row is also called a tuple. Third row is also called a tuple. So each row is called a tuple. Now you are having the columns of the relation are known as attribute. Whatever column is there, let's suppose in previous table, if we see supplier name, status, and city. These are your column name. So they are attributes. All the columns are your attributes. Now the degree, number of attributes in a relation are called degree. Means number of columns available in a table. Means if you are having 4 columns in a table, so you are having degree 4. Okay. Number of attributes in a relation determine degree of relation. Then you are having cardinality. The number of rows in a relation is known as cardinality. So the number of rows means number of tuples are called the cardinality of that particular table. Such as shipment was having 9 records, so the cardinality will become 9. Okay. Similarly, if a shipment table was having 4 columns, so the degree of that shipment will become 4. Okay. Then you are having next concept which is called views. So basically, views is a kind of advanced feature which is available, which can create a virtual table for you. Okay, from an existing table. Let's suppose you are having a table with 1,000 records. You want to retrieve some records from in between. Okay, from 500 to 600. So you will not go on checking the 500 record, 501 record, 502 record, 503 record, 504 record, 505 record. Okay, you will not check these in this way. What you will create a view, you will give it as a name, you will select from the items and you will give the condition. Whatever condition is there, let's suppose I'm having condition that the item, I want to see the items from 500 till 600. So items number or ID should be greater than 500 and less than 600. That's it. So you require a virtual table. View is a virtual table that does not really exist in its own right, but is instead derived from one or more underlying base tables. Okay, you can derive the tables, or you can derive the views from those primary or master tables. Okay, so these view one view tables, or you can say the virtual tables, are to just to check for your convenience. So they really do not exist. You have to apply the conditions and queries to retrieve the virtual tables or view tables. Okay. Now you are having structure of relational database. For moving to that structure, I want to discuss few keys that are basically available for your database. Primary key is a set of one or more attributes that can uniquely identify tuples within the relation. Okay. So you identify tuples together and uniquely and which are not null. Okay. So all the records means rows are identified uniquely. Now moving to your candidate key, all the attributes coming inside a relation that can serve as primary key means they are not the primary key, but they have the possibility to become the primary key. So they are, let's suppose there is an election and all the members are electing. So all the candidates standing for the election are called as candidates. Okay, but only one will become the prime minister, means primary key. Okay, so all other are candidates or candidate members. Only one will become the prime minister, and which is called primary key. So candidate key can be multiple who demand to become primary key or the prime, but they will not become because they do not satisfy the requirements. You understand in this way. Then you are having alternate key is a candidate key that is not the primary key is called alternate key. Which means only one of them serves as the primary key. In case of two or more candidate key, only one of them serves as the primary key. Okay. So the remaining will act as alternative keys. Obviously, if one is becoming primary key, remaining becomes alternate key. Okay. Alternate. It can be an alternative chance. Means in future they can become. But when you are comparing candidate with primary, the candidates will who are acting who are, want to become primary key but are candidate key. But when you compare the candidate key with the alternate key, so keys who serve as primary key and remaining are alternates which are available. Now this is more important for a non-key attributes whose values are derived from the primary key of other table. So it is a non-key attribute. Okay, it is used from another table into another table, which will become the foreign key in its current table. Okay, means in its that particular where it is being referred, there it will become the foreign key. Now there are relational algebra available, which I will cover in different aspect after covering the SQL part. So I am sharing a screen with you of SQL. Okay. So we have already covered this SQL MySQL part. creating database, accessing database, okay, displaying database, creation of tables, okay, then entering the data in the table, selecting a particular record from the table, okay, display data, display selected column name from the table, display selected row from the table, okay, order by clause, sorting the data, okay, multiple sorting, multiple order by. Then you are having few languages, DDL, DML, TCL, definition, data definition, create, alter, draw, manipulation, select, insert, update, okay, delete, transaction control, commit, rollback, save point. In your ATMs or in your banks, it is being used. EMP and department are two tables. Here it is becoming an foreign key. Okay. Now these are the queries. Show database, create database, database name, use database, show tables. You are having these tables: EMP, EMP number, uh, describe EMPs, insert into EMP. Okay. Select star from EMP. You want to select some record from EMP. Okay. You are having some EMP from EMP table, or if you want to select some queries, you want to retrieve some record from the table. If you want a distinct EMP name from table, if you want all the department names from the department, there are other keywords such as between, like, and in. Okay, between gives the range between two parts. Okay, 30 and 50. Like means give the in this category form the like percent y. Y will be the last character. Percent means any number of characters before y. Okay. Similarly, you can use underscore here. It depends upon the condition they have asked. Underscore, after underscore, double underscore, multiple percent. We are having database where all programs and users use SQL. Now, these are a set of commands which are recognized by RDBMs. We all know we are using SQL queries in RDBMS, DBMS, Oracle, MySQL, PostgreSQL, wherever you know. It's a language to create, operate relational databases. Okay, SQL is being used. You want to classify on the different purposes on basis of DDL, DML, DCL, TCL. You want to classify just now I told you on the basis of privileges, granting and roles maintenance, insertion, deletion, modification, changes, undoing, and save. Then you are having some data types which are available. Okay, care, where, and date time float double. Accessing database. Okay, how you want to access the database? Just now I told you. Use database. Use the command. Use database. This command. If you want to select some records, select what want to select from table where your condition. Satisfy the condition and select star from table name. Select star from table where condition. Select all records from the particular table. Then you are having constants. These are six constants which are very much required to be understood. Not null. Record should not be null. Default. It should have a default value. Unique. It should have a unique value which should not be repeated, duplicate. Check constant. You want to give the ranges from this to this. The record should be checked and it should be maintained. Primary key, which is unique and not null. Okay. Foreign key, which is a referential integrity constant to refer into another table from the base table or the master table. Okay. And you are having query that fetches one or more tables from records which are joined together. So joining conditions are there. You when you are joining two tables together, you will require to fetch two or more tables. Okay. So Cartesian product, equijoin, inner join, natural join. Cartesian, two tables are Cartesian together. These records are multiplied with these records. 5 is multiplied by 5 will generate 25 records. Okay. Equijoin. joins two or more tables based on condition. Whenever you are giving some condition, then only it will join. Otherwise, it will not join. Like product, Cartesian product. Inner join based on the inner join. What inner join you are giving? Left inner join or right inner join? It will join on the basis of that particular thing. Natural join is like equi-join. It compares all the same name columns. So first it will give the condition on the equal basis, then it will check the same name columns. These are basic elements, literals, database, nulls, and comments. You can go through the books. We'll be having the theoretical part available there. Then you are having these records queries, which I've already explained. There's a column aliasing through as keyword. Okay, we are using current date and simple calculation. Then you are handling null values. If null, okay, then this will replace by alive. Okay, so if any record is having null value, so this particular keyword will be replaced by this keyword. Where clause, where clause used with condition. So whenever you are giving any condition in the select query, so select means retrieving some record. You are having from the table means from which table you want. Okay, where means condition, on which condition you want to select some record. So these are three keywords. Select from where. Okay. And you are having relational operator greater than less than equal to. Select star from suppliers where you want to give the condition now from the supplier selecting all the records where city is not equal to this particular city name. So these angle brackets, opening and closing angle brackets, left and right angle brackets means not equal to, where city is not equal to this city name. Now moving to logical operators and, or, and not. Or means if the species can be cat or the species can be dog, any species, but the gender should be male. But the gender should be male. It is compulsion because I have given and logical operator. Okay. And will consider both the records together. Now you are having between keyword. What do you mean by between keyword? Find range based on condition. Name aggregate from student where aggregate not between 10 and 20. Okay. So when you are not having the aggregate between 10 and 20, it will give you the output. Okay. Apart from this, not between 10 and 20 means greater than 20, less than 10. Okay. Then we have done MySQL functions. Just a quick overview for 1 minute, then I will wind up this session. Okay, I'm just taking the quick overview of these things because these will be used in your tables. Okay, right now I'm not showing the execution of these parts because I want to take the review of that particular first chapter and this particular second chapter of MySQL and functions and aggregate functions basically, which are very important. Here, concat, lowercase, L case, substring, substr. We will discuss in detail these things: uppercase, trim, length, mod, power, round, sign, sqrt, truncate, per date, date, month, year, now, sysdate. Okay, these are aggregate functions. Average, count, sum, min, max. Okay, then you are having inserting to modify, update, delete, and drop. Okay, update the data. Okay, in this way, delete the data in this way. You drop a data in this way. Then you are having alter query. Okay, to add, modify, and change. You can add and record. You can modify. You can change the record. Okay, completely change the record. This is not between. keyword, in keyword, not in, is and null. Is not null, in and not in. I will cover these queries in next class. Just you watch the keywords which I am focusing upon. Order by, okay, order by, descending and ascending. Okay, then you will be having group by, I mean having clause. So we will be doing this group by and having clause. Then you are having indexes, indexing your data structure maintained by database help it find records within a table more quickly. Okay, you index the columns, okay, in your tables, and through indexes you can find those columns because there are multiple columns and multiple records, thousand in records. So you want to index them. Then you are having this practical programs. So we will be executing this in this way. I will showing you this way. Select from employee, name like person, update, alter commands. Okay, update commands. Okay, order by, your order by ascending, your in keyword. Okay, your between keyword, your update command. Okay, greater than less than sign commands. Your aggregate functions. These are your aggregate functions. Okay, concat function. How can you concat the function? Hmm. Basically, these are the records we'll do by and we will cover in the next class. Okay, if you are having any doubts, you can ask me.